You were not supposed to find this. Not today, not like this, but here you are, and that is not an accident. There are billions of people scrolling right now, billions of videos, billions of moments competing for your eyes. And somehow, you ended up here, on this exact video, at this exact second, with this exact message waiting for you. That does not happen by chance. That happens by design. You have felt it before, haven't you? That quiet, persistent feeling that you are different, that you were made for something more, that there is a weight in your chest that no ordinary life could ever satisfy. People around you move through the world like it is simple, like the noise is enough, like settling is an option, but not you. You feel the distance between who you are and who you were built to become. And that gap, that ache, that holy restlessness inside you, that is not your wound. That is your calling. God did not sleep last night. While the world was quiet, while the stars were still, something was being prepared. A message so specific, so surgical, so deeply personal that only one kind of person could receive it. The kind of person who has been waiting without knowing what they were waiting for. The kind of person who has survived things that should have broken them. The kind of person reading these exact words right now. That person is you. And before this video ends, you will never see yourself the same way again. If this message found you at the right time, type "chosen" in the comments right now and hit subscribe, because what comes next will change how you walk through every single day. Part 1. The night God made the decision about you. Before you were born, there was a conversation. You were not in the room, but you were the subject. Every detail of who you are was decided with intention. The fire in your spirit, the way you think differently, the way you feel everything deeper than other people do, the way you cannot simply accept what you were told, the way you hunger for truth like other people hunger for comfort. That was not random. That was architecture. You were assembled on purpose. The sensitivity that made your childhood hard, designed. The loneliness that made you go inward, designed. The failures that burned the shallow versions of you to the ground, designed. Every single crack in your story was a chisel. You were being sculpted, not punished. Most people live their entire lives without asking the real question. Not, why is this happening to me, but what is this making me into? You are not most people. You have asked that question. Maybe at 3 a.m., maybe in the silence after a loss, maybe in the middle of something that was supposed to make you happy, but didn't. You asked. That means you are awake. And only the chosen ones stay awake long enough to hear the answer. Here is the answer they never tell you in church. They never tell you in school. They rarely tell you anywhere. You are not here to be comfortable. You are here to be forged. The gold does not choose the fire, but the fire is what makes it gold. Every hard season in your life was not God abandoning you. It was God trusting you, trusting that you could take the weight, trusting that the fire would not destroy you, trusting that when you came out on the other side, you would carry something that the untested never could. Light, real light, the kind that comes from someone who has been through real darkness. You have been through real darkness, which means you are carrying something the world desperately needs, and you have barely begun to understand what that is. Part 2. Why your suffering was not a mistake. Let's talk about the thing you have been carrying, the thing you don't post about, the thing that visits you when everything gets quiet, the wound that never fully closed, the version of your life that didn't happen the way you planned, the person who left, the door that closed, the dream that dissolved in your hands just when you thought you had it. You have asked why. You have asked 1,000 times why. Here is something that will rearrange something inside you. Pain is a language, and God speaks it fluently to the ones He is preparing for something extraordinary. Think about every person who ever changed the world, every soul who ever moved humanity forward, every voice that made broken people feel less alone, every leader who built something that lasted. Look at their stories. Look at what happened to them before their moment arrived. Loss, betrayal, failure, exile, silence. Always the silence before the eruption, always the winter before the spring that no one could predict. Your winter has been long, maybe longer than it should have been, but you are still here. You are still breathing, still searching, still watching videos like this one at this hour, because something in you refuses to give up on the possibility that there is more, that the story is not over, that the suffering was pointing somewhere. It was. It is pointing directly forward. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too late. You are in the exact moment of preparation that precedes the exact breakthrough that your entire life has been building toward. The caterpillar does not know it is becoming a butterfly. It only knows the darkness of the cocoon. It only knows that something is dissolving, something old is ending, and it does not yet understand what is beginning. You are in the cocoon, and the dissolving is almost complete. The wings you could not see are already forming in the dark. Hold on, because what comes next in your life will make everything that came before make perfect sense. Part 3. The signs that confirm you are chosen. You need to hear this clearly. There are signs that appear specifically in the lives of people who carry a higher purpose, signs that the ordinary mind dismisses as coincidence, signs that the awakened soul recognizes immediately as confirmation. You have seen these signs. You feel things before they happen. Not always, not perfectly, but you sense shifts in energy. You know when something is wrong before anyone says a word. You feel the weight of a room when you enter it. You read people in ways you cannot explain. That is not imagination. That is perception, given only to those who are meant to lead, to heal, to guide. You have always felt slightly out of place, like you were born into the wrong chapter, like you were meant for a time and a world that hasn't fully arrived yet. People around you seem satisfied with things that leave you restless. Conversations feel shallow. Goals feel small. You are always reaching towards something you cannot name. That reaching is a compass. It is pointing you home. You have survived things that statistically should have stopped you. The moment where most people quit, you didn't. You don't fully understand why. Some inner force kept you upright when everything external was pulling you down. You survived the unsurvivable version of your own story. That is not luck. That is protection. You are protected because you are needed. And there is one more sign, the most important one, the one that is happening right now. You found this message. Out of every possible thing you could have been doing at this moment, you are here, receiving these words, feeling something activate inside your chest as these sentences land. Something that feels like recognition, like memory, like someone finally saying out loud the thing you have always known in secret. That feeling is not entertainment. That feeling is activation. God sent this message specifically for you. And the version of you that finishes this video will be different from the version that started it. Keep watching, because the most important part is still ahead. Part 4. What God needs you to do now. Here is where most chosen ones get stuck. They feel the calling, they sense the purpose, they receive the signs, and then they wait for permission. They wait for the world to confirm what God already told them. They wait for the applause before they step onto the stage. They wait for the guarantee before they take the first step. They wait for the fear to disappear before they move. The fear never disappears. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is movement in the presence of it. God stayed up all night preparing this message for you, not so you could feel good for 10 minutes and scroll away, not so you could save it and forget it, not so you could say, "That was beautiful," and return to the same life. This message was prepared so you would finally move, so you would stop apologizing for the size of what is inside you, so you would stop shrinking yourself into spaces designed for people with smaller destinies, so you would stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to become who you already are. You are allowed. You have always been allowed. The door is not locked. You just haven't pushed it yet. Whatever it is you have been postponing, it is time. The conversation you haven't had, the project you haven't started, the version of yourself you've been protecting the world from because you were afraid of what they would think, the gift you've been hoarding out of fear that it wasn't good enough. Release it. The world does not need a perfect you. The world needs a real you. A willing you, a you that woke up this morning, watched this video, felt something shift, and decided today is the day the tumor becomes empty. Because here is the truth that ends all excuses. You were not chosen because you were ready. You were chosen because God knew you would become ready, and you are closer to ready than you have ever been. The next step is yours. Take it. Your tomb is empty now. Read that again. Your tomb is empty. Every version of you that was buried under doubt, under silence, under other people's opinions, under the weight of years that didn't go the way you prayed they would, that version is gone. What is left is the real thing. What is left is the you that God saw when He made the decision, the you that existed before the world got its hands on you and tried to make you smaller, the you that knew, long before anyone confirmed it, that there was something different about the way you were built. That you is standing up right now, and the world will feel it. You did not find this video. This video found you. At the exact moment you needed it, at the exact season of your life where this message would hit differently than it would have 6 months ago. That precision is a fingerprint. That precision is God saying, in the only language that reaches the deepest part of you, I see you. I prepared this for you. I am not done with you. I am just beginning. So walk out. Walk out of the tomb. Walk out of the small life. Walk out of the version of the story where you were a background character. You are the chosen one. Act like it. If this message reached your soul, subscribe right now, because every week God prepares something new just for people like you. Your breakthrough starts today.